Hey, it's ShopTalk, baby. This is the show where it's okay to be you. We're talking from Yale to jail and from the church house to the pimp house. Nothing's excluded on ShopTalk. So if you don't have a phone, I suggest you borrow one. Call in and voice your opinion live every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yeah, that's right, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Don't forget to ShopTalk with your girl, because right here, we keeps it real. All right. That's a throwback for you.
Yes, it is.
Who's singing? Who's singing?
Shalimar.
Oh, good guess.
That was right.
You was right. Hey, show him what he's won, Nick. Show us what he's won. Did he win anything?
Nah, you ain't win. Not this time.
You just know what it is. Second time around. Hey, listen, that is good morning. Let me start right. Welcome to Shop Talk with Mel. It is an early Saturday morning. It is the Saturday before Christmas, and they said, who is they? Y'all want to know who they is, right?
Who is they?
The Peepists.
All right.
Shout out to Joe Teague. The Peepists say that this is the largest shopping day of the year now.
This is today?
Not Black Friday anymore.
Uh-huh.
Today, the Saturday before Christmas.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
I do.
I can believe it. Like everybody doing their last minute stuff that they didn't catch. Especially if they don't want to be in the stores Christmas Eve. See, I'm a Christmas Eve person. I'm always a last minute. I'm going to do shopping Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve? Okay.
And they probably buying food and stuff too.
Right.
So.
Buying food. Interesting you should say that. Hey, listen, if this is your first time listening, welcome. We applaud you. We cheer you. We do all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to introduce you to the crew. And we have Roogle, the movie guy. The crowd is screaming. You have to talk over the crowd. Like, what we gonna do?
Yeah.
And then we have Nick, the voice of the community.
Hey, I'm the voice of the Peepists.
The Peepists. Shout out. out. Joe D, man, he used to crack me up. He used to come on the show on 1500 when I was on the, oh man, funny. No, he ran for every.
I voted for him once.
Did you?
Yeah, me and 151 other people.
That was you, bless your heart.
Yeah. It was 152 of us.
152. So, all right. So you and 151, like you said. That is so nice. Yeah. I ain't saying if I voted for him.
Well, I thought it was a good vote.
It's a good vote. It's a good vote. Yes, it's a good vote. It's definitely a good vote. Let's go with this. Mariah Carey.
All right.
I'm not a real Mariah Carey fan, but I like her Christmas music. She is Christmas. Agreed or not?
She got one album she made 25 years ago.
And it's the bomb.
She's milking ever since.
And she is, but listen.
Come on now.
Here's the thing though. She made that one album and it is finally, let me move this out a little bit. It is finally getting recognition after 25 years.
Wow. It got recognition in her pockets. Every year.
Well, she hit the charts now. She finally hit number 1.
With that song? With the Ella one from Christmas?
That's the one. See, you know which one it is.
I'm kind of partial to that.
Did you know that?
No.
Finally, you can't. Why?
I thought it hit number 1 when it came out.
Yeah. I thought it was big. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, people was listening to it. People was burning the CDs. Wasn't nobody purchasing them. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Just like that movie, Who Ate the Potato Salad? That's like a thing.
Yeah.
Who made the potato salad? Talk about who ate the potato salad. Who made the potato salad? Years ago, my brother, he gave me a copy of that. He's like, you got to see this. This is funny. I mean, years ago, probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Now everybody hip to it. Y'all check it out if y'all get the opportunity to see it. Go to YouTube. Now, live studio audience, how much is that CD? Now, that CD was burned for me years ago. DVD.
$149.
$149
to $149.
$79 to $149. Now they're getting
that movie?
So now they're getting the recognition. Who made the potato salad?
Guess what? That's why they got Fire Stick. Who made the potato salad? Because I'm not paying $149 for no DVD.
I mean, like,
I ain't paid 10 years ago. I didn't. It was sent to me. It was like, hey, you gotta watch this movie.
Did anybody pay for that movie?
It's out there right now for it. I don't know. But that's one for the archives. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's one for the archives.
I know it was like a straight to video release, but it just kind of just got out there.
Because more people kept watching it, and I helped promote it because I always, that dining room table, that dinner scene was absolutely hysterical. And every year, I would keep playing it. I was like, y'all got to see this. Me and my little people, we laughed so hard at that thing 10 years. As soon as it came out, but I wasn't one that purchased it. I'm being honest. The DVD.
I remember when it came out, I just never did watch it.
Hilarious. So kudos to y'all. $79 to $100 and what? 39? 149, 150. It is one for the archives. I just can't. It's just not in my spirit. It wasn't led. I wasn't led to purchase it.
How they gonna try to make all their money back on one person?
That's it. They like, you sleeping on us. Here we go. So, and the reason I brought that up is because you said that song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, with Mariah Carey. Right now, 25 years later, now it's like a come up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's like, would you buy for $1? You know what
you would buy for $1?
I mean, it's probably on sale for $1.
$99? $1.99?
iTunes or something.
Would you?
I ain't never paying for it.
You ain't never paying for that?
Never.
Mariah is YouTube. Christmas.
I will give her this. Oh, Holy Night, she tear up. She do a really good job on that song. She does an excellent
job on that.
But
she's Christmas. Does she do a better job than Patty?
Patty has her fans.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's all about the fans.
I tell you like this. Yeah. The reason why I think that she do a better job than Patti LaBelle is because that song, all this other stuff that Mariah Carey does is all poppy. Like, I gotta, it doesn't really
show her vocals.
Yeah. Okay. But on that song, she don't have any choice but to sing it.
Well, A Vision of Love when she first came out. Yeah.
When she first came out. Take her back to that. It take her back to that.
Can she really sing?
Yeah. Because all that other, pop stuff she do, I ain't really a fan of that stuff, But when she, hey, I got some ballads, then
that's it.
Yeah, she has some
Shout
ballads.
out to Pat Dad. We already know. But he loved Mariah.
Who was that?
Pat Dad. You know Pat Dad Franklin.
Oh, okay. So, we arguing who got the best Christmas album?
Go with it.
Temptations.
I was going to say that.
Come on. Come on, Temptation Christmas.
You know, and not
the
Silent
best,
Night.
the best Christmas album.
Come on, it ain't Silent Night. It's In My Mind.
Come on.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. That's it. That's how you got. That's probably how they plug it into YouTube. In My Mind.
Exactly. And it's gonna come right on up.
I'm telling you.
You see,
I'm about to do it. Nick, you can't even do it. I was about to say
that note though.
This she right on.
She got the cat. When they say it's Silent Night. In My Mind.
That's it. They're like, what is that? Now I got you on that. That's the best song. I don't know about the best album.
Oh, I think the best album.
The best album.
We can just debate who got a better album. You think Mariah Carey's album is better?
No, I said Mariah is Christmas. See, I'm not a Mariah fan, but she is Christmas. When I hear Christmas music, she makes me happy. Her voice, I mean, all of it. I look at her.
When she ain't drunk.
That's the voice of the community. You heard her.
People.
You heard when you got the bells ready or nothing. She said when she ain't drunk.
It's a bell-free Sunday. Bell-free Saturday. Hey, I got up at 1 o'clock.
He a night shifter. He a night shifter like me now. You be like, wait a minute, what we doing?
She talking about the cat.
I don't even know what cat she's talking about.
I know what she's talking about. I know she's talking about the cat and that the housewife yelling at her. Talking about Silent Night. Talking about In My Mind. I'm about to make one just for the heck of it. Yeah. Silent Night by the Temptations. In My Mind. That's hilarious. But you say the Temptations hands down. I don't think there's nobody. So would I be looked at strange if I said TLC?
You can say it.
They don't have an album. They just have certain songs. Like Curtis Blow, they got certain songs.
Well,
Run DMC.
Boys II Men had a Christmas album, which I don't really think was all that great.
No, it wasn't that great.
They had the one song, the one other, whatever. But it's been flashes of brilliance with Christmas songs along the years. But I think collectively,
now they did do Let It Snow. They
killed that. That was the bomb.
Like that's the flash of it, but the rest of it was kind of like, and it was some group, and I can't remember who it was. They did a rendition of Silver Bells, and I don't know.
Sister Act did Oh Holy Night.
Yeah,
and I liked it. What was Lauren? Wasn't it Lauren Hill that did Oh Holy Night?
No, she did a Joyful.
Yeah, Joyful.
Ode to Joy.
Oh, okay.
Is the name of the song.
Anyway, I'm gonna go with you with the Temptations. I just was playing, because the Temptations over different. Listen, that's the well, actually, in my mind,
in your mind,
that's the only one that actually went through each generation that every child knows. In every generation, and everybody go listen to that song attentively.
Yeah, I'll tell you another
one.
Who
talks during that show? I mean, during that song, who talks?
Nobody but the Temptations.
That's it. Everybody just quiet. They're like, everybody just calm. It's a silent night. Everybody like,
it's like the night before Christmas. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's. I mean, it has that level of relevance. But I'll tell you a sleeper Christmas album that people don't really know about. They should know, but I don't know if they actually have listened to it. Aaron Neville's Christmas album is really good.
Some people have listened to it. I haven't listened to the whole album.
I have.
I believe you have with the boots on. I believe you have with the boots on. We ain't gonna put the camera on the boots. I believe you have.
But you know what? It was interesting. I was in New Orleans, and I happened to go to this church service at this Catholic church that he attended called St. Jude's, right? And his niece or something sings in the choir. Now I was there on a Wednesday. I wasn't there on a Sunday. But the pastor is actually from Newcastle, and he told this story. This is when Aaron Neville was struggling with like drug addiction and everything like that. So he said that he went to church for what reason I don't know, but he went to the church. And when he walked through the door, he could just feel all that being taken from him. And like that day that he visited that church is supposed to be the day that gave him power to overcome his addiction.
Now that's an awesome story.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a great story. Now that is,
and I want to actually go back on a Sunday because they say on Sunday what happens is all the jazz players who are on the French Quarter come down and they do the church service on Sunday.
Okay.
So that's one of my things I want to do.
Okay, is that a bucket list?
It really shouldn't be a bucket list. It be a bucket handle.
A bucket handle without a bucket list?
You know
I'm going to go to this church.
The bucket ladle, like you got to put the water in the bucket, because I mean.
The wire?
Because I was almost there, you know what I mean? Like I went on a Wednesday, But,
that Bible study day, isn't it?
Well, I happened to, I was there for another project, but it was from the Catholic diocese of this area.
Okay.
And so they want us to go to Mass that morning. It was like at 7 o'clock.
Okay. So that's cool. So that you don't want to say it's on your bucket list because you don't want to seem shallow.
Well, no, I want to do it because I like New Orleans. Now I can say it like that.
Yeah, all right, hey, go ahead. Aaron Neville's with the boots. Go ahead.
But I would hope that it's something I could probably do without it being like a. So
you go on for the Jazz Fest.
Well, I would just like to see that whole thing because it's like a Catholic church where it's truly like almost like I don't want to say a missionary in a sense, but it's like a blended community in that Catholic church, and here you don't really see that. It's like and only time you see a blendedness of diversity in the Catholic institution in this area is that if it's on a graduation day.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Other than that,
Okay. Yeah. All right. Next. You ready for this one? This is about tipping.
Tipping? Like the boat?
No.
Rock the boat?
Not rocking the boat.
Oh.
Tipping. Tipping when you go out to dinner. Oh. When you pick up a meal. Gratuity. Yeah, there you go. Gratuity. That's the proper term. Gratuity.
Gratuity, yeah.
Do you tip? Do you pay a gratuity when you pick up your meal?
If to-go orders?
A to-go order.
That would depend on the institution for me.
Why?
Because if it's a mom and pop, yeah, I do.
You do? Why?
It just feels like the right thing to do.
So you just do it out the kindness of your heart.
Yeah, which I don't know why, but for some reason it just feels like the right thing to do. And I think because, like I said, only with mom and pops, I wouldn't do. Well, I'm trying to think when I have ordered out from a place.
Do you pay? Do you?
Look
how she looked at me. See, I ain't even
say. The only time I'm gonna give a tip is when I'm actually sitting in the restaurant and that tip is for the server. Because they don't split it with the cook. They don't split it with the person that takes the order. That's their tip. That's the only time I tip. I'm just being... So
you feel as though that the actual payment, your payment, and the cook, all of that is included. It's inclusive in the total of the meal.
Uh-huh. That's what they get paid for, yeah.
Okay.
What you think? Because they make more than the waitresses. So that's why I don't tip them. Because they actually make whatever their wage is, or minimum wage, they actually make that. Waitresses don't make that. Their wage is much less because they are dependent on their tips. So yeah, that's why I don't tip them. I just tip the waitresses.
Let's have a conversation about that. Okay. Because, let's say, how many tables does a waitress have an hour? Well, let's not say waitress. Let's say server.
Why? Server. Gosh, here we go. Yeah.
Well, you got to make sure, because I don't want this to be like, server, because it's men and women servers, it's people of all.
Wait, go ahead. Oh, gosh.
So, server. So, I think in Ohio, the average salary is like $4 an hour.
Okay, they've gone up because for the longest it was $2.30.
Yeah, it went up
an hour.
But I say that to say, so minimum wage for the other people is what they would get, to $9 an hour. Mm-hmm. I think is what the other folks would get.
Yep. Okay, but go ahead.
So I mean, how many tables would a server have to wait to get an hour a minimum wage that would be for a full-time employee, a regular full-time? How many tables?
I don't know, because not everybody tips, and that's the thing. Not
everybody tips, but if you got 20 tables,
and then you also have to look at it this way: they're going to allocate it. They're going to whatever tips you get.
Yeah,
that's also included. That listen, they have to tabulate that. You can't hide tips and that. That's also tabulated. And that's taking away. Listen, I learned a little something when I used to work for Liberty Tech Service. So yeah, waitresses. That's why they bust. A lot of them bust they behind because they are solely dependent on taking care of their family on their tips.
Well, I would say this then, because I'm not making an argument for tipping or not tipping. I'm just like someone told me, where was it? I think they were in France, or was it? Yeah. No, was it France or was it Japan?
Oh, your friends go to France and Japan.
Yeah, it might have been Japan. Wherever it was an insult to tip. And I can't remember where it was. It was one of those two countries. And I can't remember why. Oh, I remember why, but I can't remember which one.
Remember we talked about what tipping were derived from, right?
One of our lives.
I ain't say nothing about no prostitution. It was back with positive. It was back with slavery, and that's where it started.
One of our live.
But wait a minute, it was about slavery. It derives back into slavery time when our people, and I say our people, our relatives, our ancestors, would come and they would assist. And what would happen was, and they would seat the people at the tables, and they started to give them tips, and the tips came from how well the service was. And yes, it's an insult. Back then it was an insult because I guess the people in Japan and wherever you were at, would you say Japan?
It was either Japan or France. I can't remember.
One of those places, and it would be considered an insult. It's like, here's a little change for you. We appreciate you. And then now we have actually Americanized it, and we're like, oh, okay, thanks, and they don't even pretty much. And I say that because that's the gig now. Everybody wants the tips now. And everybody said nothing about stripping. Now, but since you brought up stripping, how many tips they get?
Hey, they make it rain.
They make good money.
Hey, so it's like, well, wait a minute, we taking this. Like, okay.
Well, to me, first of all, I don't. The food industry makes it so that you have to subsidize their employees' income, and I don't think so. That's right.
Almost like last week's. I think did we talk about that last week? As far as like they have to tip the DJ, the dancers.
Oh yeah, the dancers. Yeah,
no, not tip. Pay.
They have to pay
to play their songs.
No.
How much is the song?
Look at him.
Well, I mean,
listen.
How much
I don't care
though?
If this is your club, and if I'm a dancer at your club, I am the entertainment.
Right.
So you need to be paying me. Let me get my tips and let me do what I do. Little girls, I don't want y'all out there taking your clothes off. So I'm just speaking for the sake of the conversation. So just say no to that. But I'm look how he looking like, what do you mean? What is going on? But there is no way that I'm paying. Listen, I can get me some headphones. Give me a Walkman. Look, I'm dating myself. Give me a Walkman. Give me an iPad or whatever, iPod. And I would put the iPod in my ear and I would dance.
The customer needs to hear the song.
Do they really need to hear the song, or are they mesmerized by that body that's dancing?
Like in the movie,
I guess
you just play the track afterwards.
Yeah, I guess that's part of the,
It just set the ambiance. Go ahead. What you got to say?
Well, just back to when you asked me about the tipping situation. It really depends for me. If the service when I go to pick up is really extremely nice, I may tip them. But I got to tell you, some of the people that watch feel that they will not tip when they pick up, but if it's delivered to them, or if they're in house, then they.
And that's the way it's supposed. That's the way it's supposed to be. If it's delivered to you, but guess what? They add that on too, because I had did it to what was it, Pizza Hut or somebody?
I remember that.
And I'm like, well, okay, they added on anyway, so don't feel sorry for them. And them little what's it called, the people that come
like
DoorDash. Listen, I ain't trying to be funny, but I gotta be me, and if y'all know me, y'all already know I'm gonna say it. Listen, I seen somebody that had a DoorDash bag that brought to the job. Mm-hmm. And they wasn't dashing. They were mighty slow when they came in. Listen, they was real slow. And that was one. And
maybe it's carrying soup or something.
No, because I saw what was in there. And it was a Pizza Joe. Shout out to Pizza Joe's and that white pizza. I like it. That's what it was. And they put it on the counter. But I know it was cold by the time they got there. But bless her heart, though. But she wasn't dashing.
Did you see?
Now, she was like Mrs. Claus. And a reindeer named Dasher.
Oh my goodness.
She was super slow, man. And I looked at I was like, and I told the one lady, I said, ooh, they food gonna be cold. She was like, girl, left that. Then somebody else came. So I get a different person. No shade, but shade. He looked like he robbed the DoorDash person. I was nervous.
Like he robbed the DoorDash.
Like he robbed the DoorDash. It was like, I got this, like straight Debo. I got this delivery, man. I was so nervous. I was like, let me go back to my little office and not me out here. That's what I get for roaming. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah. I got a DoorDash and pulled it up. I said, 1 second. I was not opening the door. I was like, you got somebody. She was like, oh, he DoorDash. I'm like, I'm nervous. I was nervous.
Right.
I was nervous.
Just like, you can't trust people.
You can't. Go ahead.
I seen a video.
Go ahead.
Where it was a person that was, I don't know what delivery service they were. It was a food delivery, but they picked up the food and then somebody videoed them actually doing a number 2 in the bathroom with the food in the stall.
I saw that. Yeah, I was upset.
We don't know if they listen. First of all, we don't know if they're actually doing a number 2, but that particular bag was in there with them.
Well, their feet was faced the other way. But facing the door. If your feet facing the door, what you doing?
But see, that's y'all. We are females. We might have lined the toilet seat and had to urinate.
Your feet is facing the door.
That's how we sit. If we line the toilet, they gotta pee. And on the water pill.
Wasn't it a man?
We don't know.
Nobody knows? I thought it was a men's bathroom.
We don't know.
Nobody knows.
But still, regardless, you shouldn't have that bag in the bathroom.
Well, in this day and age, people like to Photoshop things, and you can Photoshop real good, so it may not have been that.
It may not have been true, but it is something to think about. No, it was a photo.
Okay,
it was a photo. But so y'all... Yeah, that's number 2. But for us,
they doctored up that photo of Billy D. Williams and had makeup and lipstick on him at some event, and then when you finally seen the real picture, now that, like I'm saying, so Photoshop is something good.
But and you know what? And that's sad where this social media is kind of messing businesses up when you first started. Because even like, let me tell you how special my little person is. She's bigger than me now, though. They get Uber. And they like, Uber, be careful. Uber drivers kidnapping people, this and that.
Which don't make any sense.
This is what she said. But some of them was, you know what I mean? Okay. She was like, oh, no, I'm not using Uber. I'm using Lyft. I said, oh, okay. Tomato. What's the saying? You know what I mean? I'm like, just go with, shout out to Independence Taxi. Go with the taxi cab driver so we could actually have a person. This is my employee. This is who it was. We know. Because I'm not comfortable with those Uber people and the Lyft people. And the reason I'm not comfortable with them and taking me any place is because this is a total stranger. Even though the people with the taxi cab company is a total stranger, at least they got a W-2 or something that you could actually track the person. They could go on there, get on the app, and say, okay, I want to be an Uber driver, and then decide, okay, I don't want to be an Uber driver or a Lyft driver. You know, I'm not trying to discredit any of those companies trying to make their money, but they could decide, okay, just to
what do they call it? Ride share service?
How do you track them?
Is that what they call
it? When they're on the app, they are tracked because you have to fill out applications like anybody else. You have a picture, so you know who's coming to see you when you do that. You know who's coming to see you because they show that person's picture. Yeah. They give the name. They give what vehicle they're driving and everything on the app. Because I had to get an Uber for somebody.
Okay, wait. Let's close this topic. Tip. You said tip at mom and pop store if you're picking up.
If I'm picking up, I usually do.
And you said
no tip.
No tip. See, I'm like no tip. If I'm picking it up, I'm doing. You already paid for doing the work.
Yeah.
So you're just gifting. Well, the mom and pop store?
Yeah, because they're not serving. There's no plates or utensils to clean, nor tables to bust.
Who said that?
Theo Moore.
All right, Theo. Well, we see you. We hear you.
Some places, I know one place that I used to frequent would give you they'd be like, you want a stack of napkins? You walk in there to get a pizza, they'd be like, here go a stack of napkins. I'm like, okay. Like, you just gonna eat it, like, you just gonna eat and drive or whatever. You can't eat and dry that pizza. You burn up the whole face.
Let me tell you, it is so funny because I'll go places and I'll ask for a napkin and the younger people that's working the drive-thru or something, they give me a stack like this.
me now that I'm this age, I look, I was like, they gonna run that company down. Yeah. You know how I'm looking like they gonna run out of that because they gonna run that company ain't gonna be in business next week. They giving away the net. You know what I mean?
But I'm
looking at it from a different perspective.
Can I say that?
Go ahead.
I think Uptown though do that on purpose. I think that's like their thing.
What, to give you a whole bunch of napkins?
Yeah.
Shout out to Uptown. I like Uptown.
Yeah, I went there yesterday.
Did you?
Got my meatball sub. Yes.
Did you get a stack of napkins?
Yes, I did.
Are you trying to get rid of them?
I know. I just think they be thinking like, hey, we make a really, I don't want to say, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
Uptown.
It was saucy.
Uptown has been around. Uptown in Youngstown, Ohio. Shout out to you. They have been around for many, many years. I will say that Bellaria and Logan was like cleaning them out. Logan, the old Bellaria. So you didn't really know too much about Uptown. And if you had to make a choice, it would be Bellaria. I like the one. Go on ahead, give me high blood pressure. I appreciate that. Now you got a pretty building. Your pizza don't taste the same, and you want to be all healthy. I don't want that. I want grease. You know what I mean? If I want pizza, I don't want no healthy pizza.
Okay, if you want grease, then you need to go to Tony's Pizza over there in Sharon.
Well, now I go to Uptown because Uptown is pretty good. I was like, good, thank you, I appreciate it. Salt it up, do what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Briar Hill had a good one though too.
Briar Hill who? Pizza? Yeah. You were Aaron Neville's.
What? Oh,
no, man. I want the grease. I don't want a healthy. They tell, we're eating healthy. We're doing, I don't know what.
Gluten-free.
Yeah, I don't want gluten-free. Let somebody, listen, that's kind of like, okay.
Kudos to them for giving us choices, though.
Yeah.
Well, who?
You got to sell that pizza to everybody.
Bellaria.
Yeah, if they're making healthy choices and they're giving the...
And that's good, but that's good, but who wants that? But everybody don't want to be healthy.
Yeah, but the people that do get to have a pizza.
If I want a pizza, I don't want to be healthy. I can be at home.
Well, there are some healthy people that would like to have a healthy pizza.
Well, then make it at home.
Well, let's talk gluten-free. Is there a health benefit? The only health benefit to that is that if you're allergic to gluten, right?
Right.
Okay.
If you have celiac disease.
So we talking about healthy choices as to toppings? Like I can get broccoli on my broccoli and chicken pizza? That's all I like.
Well, and see, that's a choice. But I'm sorry. I went over to Bellaria Pizza and I still want the taste of the old house.
Yeah, but they'll never do it because they won't ever spend that money. Because remember when you would get it and you would get like just cheese and pepperoni, and the pepperoni would be like a layer of pepperoni.
Right.
In that
It's not
and
anymore.
now they just
give you a couple circles.
Because they got that loan to pay back for that beautiful building.
I mean, they may.
I know a lot of places that's been in business for a long time that their menu has changed. Like well, not really changed, but it's just like another pizza place over in Hermitage. I used to love Plaza Pizza. Shout out to them; they were the best. But the last time I got a pizza from there, it's much different. For one thing, it's small. It's small, like what? Because we always got half a sheet. It's smaller, and they charge more now.
Yeah,
I understand stuff. Cheese and everything is expensive, but guess what? Y'all making the money, you can afford it.
Well, we don't know if they making the money, but I will tell you, since you brought that up, that's what they told me over at Bellaria. They told me that the cheese it went up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What that got to do with me?
Right.
But I think what some of these places fail to do is this.
Now they charge for cheese. Cheese, I thought cheese came on a pizza.
Yeah, but they always charge for it. Because think about it like this.
But not that much.
If you get a
over
pizza,
there, you have to ask
you
for
have
cheese.
To ask for
so what they gonna give
cheese.
you?
Just
the
pizza.
sauce?
Just
well,
the sauce.
they give you cheese, but just a few sprinkles. You got to ask for extra cheese, and that's when it's like $2 and something.
Okay, because I'm thinking like if I'm just ordering a pizza and all I'm getting is this dough and sauce
with a little sprinkle of cheese. That's what they do. Just
for $12.
A little sprinkle.
So a pie. You're getting a pie.
That's when you make it at home.
Yeah.
That's when you stop going like I did. And I'm not buying it based off the name. And that's just my opinion. I'm not buying it based off the name, so I go up here where I can cheese come on there and I can see the cheese. Because you're right, you don't see the cheese.
Well, you see, man. I remember one time I was like, man, y'all can give me half of that cheese.
They gave you too much cheese.
I mean, like it was a lot. It was a lot.
Did you ask for extra cheese?
Nah, that's just the way they roll.
Wait a minute, where did you go? Because I need that. Because really, I was going to say because I get tired of paying for extra cheese. But if I can go get a pizza where I just want that pizza, such a pizza, and I'm going to get cheese without having to ask for extra, you will keep getting my business as long as that food is good.
That's how it was for me at Uptown. Like, yeah.
But Saturday's a good day for pizza.
Saturday is a day for pizza because everybody's out shopping. Did you finish your shopping?
Man, no.
Are you doing any shopping?
Probably not.
You just gonna let it go?
I need a Christmas miracle up in this mug. Times is hard. You know.
Just text a Merry Christmas
miracle.
Just
I'm like, I need to play the lottery or something other. I don't know. Go down there and bet on a horse.
Cleveland.
I gotta do something. Really?
Somebody did.
Somebody out in Mineral Hall won the mega.
Oh, that is so nice. See, that's nice.
And it was like, wasn't it like 170 something?
She said
it was 300 and something. That one. The Powerball was like 170.
Wow.
So yeah, they won that. Cleveland. That's close.
I guess I have to play in order to win.
And I kept saying, I need that money. I'm gonna play, but
You know what? I bet you. Tell me this. True or false? When you saw how much it was, did you already spend it in your mind?
I sure did.
That's probably why we ain't winning. That's probably why. Because it's already spent. What you think?
Well, I would spend some of it in my mind, not all of it.
In your mind.
Well, I ain't spent all of it.
All of it.
In your mind. What would you? So tell me. You just said you need to hit the lotto.
Yeah.
So tell me, if you would have hit for 100 million, whose gift in your mind? What do you think? Do they still get a gift, or did you forget about that and went, "What I'll pay this off, I'll buy this"?
Well, that is the gift. The gift of not having to pay anything.
No, I'm saying you just said you need a Christmas miracle.
Oh, yeah,
so you hit the Mega Millions right now.
Yeah.
Boom. Tell me what you're doing.
What I'm doing
right now.
I'm probably gonna lay low for about a month or two.
Now, see, that's my point. That was my whole point.
Yeah.
You said you need a Christmas miracle, so you was thinking about buying gifts for somebody. Now, if you hit the Mega Millions, you just go lay low. They ain't get no gift. Like, what happened?
I can give gifts.
What happened?
While I'm in seclusion, I gotta make my plan. I gotta make my plan.
But you need a Christmas miracle for 4 days.
It's already in place. I just need to win.
That's when they get that text. Merry Christmas.
That's when they get that text.
No, my plan is already in place.
You get that text.
I just need that money.
I'll be like,
that money?
I just need that money. I already know what I'm gonna do, who I'm gonna give to what, and because not everybody, especially my family, I'm changing my phone number because that's when you gonna come up with even more cousins and even cousins that you ain't talked to in years, or y'all can see each other or act like y'all strangers. Hey, cuz, what's up? Not a doggone thing. Click.
Well, you said that.
I'd answer my phone. And I'd want to know, I would, just schedule. What's your plan? What's your plan to generate more? How can I help you? And so if it's just a fly-by-night, we're not going to do that. But
so you
long-term.
So you want to help somebody.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have some fantastic ideas.
So invest.
Yeah.
You would invest.
In people. Yeah.
In people. Okay. So, no, I need to win because I ain't thought of none of that.
The only person...
Listen,
I'm not even going to lie. The only person I'm going to invest in besides myself and my husband is my brother. That's it. That's all.
Okay, so you're going to help somebody. See, mine is just like pay all my bills off and chill.
I ain't going to give him half. I'll give him a quarter. But that's still, you know what I mean?
That is so nice. Even
if I only gave him like $1 million, he would be appreciative of that. But that's my baby brother. I'm going to take care of him. It's just us. Our parents are gone, so and he's same thing with me. I already know he get money, he gonna give it to me. Listen, a couple years ago he called me and had me have a heart attack because somebody had just won. He was like, Nicole, you sitting down? I said, yeah. What's going on? You sure you sitting down? Yes, I'm sitting down. What's up? He was like, don't tell nobody yet. But I almost had a heart attack. Boy, what's the matter? What's going on? What? I hit the lottery. I started screaming. I was sitting there in my mind going, oh yeah, you got to go. Yeah, because I was already mad at somebody. So I started screaming, what? What's going on? And it had me going for like a good 20 minutes. And he bust out laughing, was like, psych, I just want to see your reaction.
Now tell me this. Did he tell you how much? Or he just said it was no,
it was a couple years ago when it was almost $1 billion.
Okay.
Yeah. Boy, don't play with me like that. I ought to come over there and slap you. I had my chest just boop, 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 boop.
Okay.
I thought we had some money. You notice I said we.
You said we. But my thing would be the same thing. I would want to build a performing arts school. And I said I wanted to do that anyway. I'm still going to do it, whether I hit it or not. So it's just going to take some time. But that was my whole thing. Have a performing arts school.
Need something like that close around here. I mean, they have one in Pittsburgh, but
I remember Pittsburgh, and that was it. I mean, you just have to have it. And not even to be around here, just period.
Yeah,
we had one that was dismantled through HB70, but
yes,
there you go.
Yes, but that was in that. What are you talking about, Cheney?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but even outside of that particular school, and I am a Cheney graduate, and I was in the drama club and all that other stuff. But I mean, outside where the entire community can come, and not even in this area. I mean, it don't have to be in this area. It could be somewhere else where you could travel. Remember Fame? Yeah, I was a big fan of Fame. I thought it was Coco. You know what I'm saying? So I would like something like that. That's what I'm talking about. Bigger,
right?
Larger, and let's do it and make it happen. That's it, and not just people of a certain status is able to enter in. Right. You know what I mean? Based on talent alone. And that's what I'm going for.
I think, because I thought about this the other day.
And talent development.
I was like, what would I buy? And
what would you buy?
I'd buy a television station or channel or however you do that.
Okay.
And that's cool. Be careful.
And it'd be like, okay, I got, like your whole different thing. Like they can have theirs and you can have yours,
Oh, like how BET used to be?
Yeah. I mean, but like local though.
Okay. That's good because what is it? Right. WKBN is local, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like competing against those markets.
And that's a cool thing. How about you have the people, speaking of competition, how about you have those that don't, you'll constantly hear like they won't let us in. They won't let us in, or you have to be a part of this particular group in order to succeed or to advance in the community because they have you have people that are in cliques. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, well, you can't do anything without us. Sorry, sir. That's why don't nobody want to be in this town. I ain't trying to be funny. You know, I'm being flat out honest. That's why don't nobody want to be in this town because you're not in the clique. And it's like, oh, okay. There's like, well, we need to bring this. Why are we outsourcing? We are graduating successful people, and they are moving away, and they are moving away and doing bigger things because they don't have anybody that's constantly saying what you can't do because you're not in our clique. Man, bye with that.
Well, I think the issue is that. I think, I'm just going to say, the economic standing of this region causes it to have cliques where you can say, okay, well, there's one or two major cliques. Let's say that. Right?
Okay, one or two major cliques. Okay,
the problem is that we don't have enough economic growth or sustainability to have multiple cliques. And I mean, that's the issue.
We don't.
We don't. There's not enough vehicles here to actually enact systemic social change, I think.
Okay. That's what you think?
That's what I'm thinking.
I think it's wrong. And then they got a problem when you go to the white people. They're like, oh, okay, well, I'm saying what I'm saying because I see it.
I mean,
they going over there to the white people. Why? But you want me to come to the black people, my black brother, my black sister. You don't want to open up on time, or you sitting there was like, oh, okay, well, if I'm black and the only way that I can get through is if I go through y'all. But if I don't go through y'all, if I don't agree with whatever it is that you want me to agree to, then you want to oust me, and then you mad because I'm going over here with the people that's helping me. Man, go ahead. I'm talking about overall. I'm talking about overall. See, that's why let me tell you something. You don't burn no bridges, and I am open to everybody, and you are not going to put me in a box and have me just stuck in this area or stuck in this place because you have, and even with the politics, I don't fool around with the politics, and we get ready to start on that, okay? I don't fool around. That's your stuff with the politics. I don't fool with the politics. But you'll have people that be like, oh, okay, we Democrat, you Republican, and then the Democrats is mad at whoever is a Republican, or the Republican is mad at whoever is a Democrat. But the black Republicans that I do know, shout out to my cousin Tracy, I don't see her being mad that I'm a Democrat. She's not upset with that. But when people come and they try to slam her, well, guess what? Those are her issues. That's what you want to be a doggone Republican, be a doggone Republican. Freedom of choice. Since when? Because, okay, yeah, we are all black and we have to be one. We need to be all on the same team. But guess what? You want us all on the same team as long as it benefits you.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, like, okay, the Republican Party locally has has actually had more African Americans that they put up for like county offices or state offices than the Democrats. I mean, granted, we have people that are Democrats who are in office, like mayors and that sort of thing. But when it comes to like who's going to be, a state representative or that sort of thing, like they're not cultivating black talent to be in that leadership role. But Republicans have had representation.
And if it's something that you want to do, go for it regardless. So that's just my thoughts. Just go for it regardless. Anyway. And because I have seen where we have, we're going to do this and power to the people, black power and all that extra stuff. And this is what we're going to do. And I know I'm probably getting under your skin, but I'm going to say it. They're over here. And then if they don't get along with somebody over something minor, they'll be like, okay, we're not going to support this. We're not going to support this black person, but black power. Come on, man. That stuff just really gets on my nerves. That's why don't nobody want to be in this town. So you want to know why? Look, you want to know why don't nobody want to be in Youngstown, Ohio? That is why. Because y'all got cliques and coups. And if it don't go your way, then you mad. And all y'all want to come together and say, okay, well, we're not going to go and support this particular person. But you want black. We black. We black. We black. We black. We need to do A, B, C, and D. We black. We black. Let's stick together. But you ain't even sticking together. Man, miss me with that. Go ahead, sir.
It ain't only here in Youngstown because they do it over there where I'm from.
See, it's in different places.
Right.
It's in different places. However, when you go and you move out and you take your talent somewhere else and you being embraced, not from your black people, and it's like, okay, well, this is what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to help people, and I'll reach back. But y'all not even trying to help push me forward. And I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for the people. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. You like, okay, well, I'm going to let you get so far here because you feel as though that you had this town where people can go out and venture out. And then you want to say, oh, yeah, they from Youngstown. But remember, you didn't help me.
You didn't help me.
Wasn't it some type of poem? Don't you got a poem?
Mentality.
Vegetable soup. You know that one by heart? Or do I have to upload it? I'm going to upload that one. Vegetable soup.
I saw a good post, and it was by this Dr. Tony Evans. I think his name is Tony.
Yeah.
Evans.
Okay.
He said, "Let your destination in heaven influence your decision making on earth."
And that's the truth. That's the truth.
And in dealing in that aspect, it's not about a color. It's not about a nationality. It's not about a gender.
It's about people.
Right.
People loving on people.
That's a soul situation.
Yeah.
And that's it. People loving on people. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Until we have leadership, black or white, who embraces that thought, then you won't reach that point. So I think there's there's a lot that we have to do to. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I got a really good lesson one day, and real quick, this guy said the things you need to do to be a good American is vote and protest.
Okay,
vote and protest. You know what I mean? And so, I think what happens often is that people don't vote. And what happens even more often is that people don't protest. You know what I mean? Like really get out there and start talking about like the issues that affect their community. Sometimes we just think that it's good enough just to elect a certain person and then we don't give them any support. What I've seen is that that's.
Go ahead. That's Alexa. Don't worry about it. Alexa support. Just said to her. She said, "Look, Alexa said I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm having problems understanding that. Is Alexa white or black?
I don't know.
Is Alexa protesting or not?
But Alexa just spoke up real quick. Like someone else in the room whispering in her ear.
Like something going on.
But that's the thing, though.
But I'm with you, Alexa. I'm having problems understanding that.
We can send somebody down to Columbus per se, right? State representative, state senate, to fight for things that we need. But if we don't go down there and say, okay, when there's hearings about certain things that impact our community, if we're not going down there in buses, we're not going down there in carloads and saying...
They're not going to take them serious.
Exactly.
Because saying nothing is approval.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to... So that's the thing. It's like I think some people think that they really think that they're doing a justice for people when they are doing an injustice to communities. Period, point blank. And part of that was actually highlighted just, it would have been today had there not been intervention from the community to say, why is Jim Tressel and all these people having another secret meeting about public education in Youngstown when they don't have not one person that's a minority being represented in that secret meeting, not one person there who's actually a stakeholder in the community, be it a parent, a teacher, a mailman, anybody, you know. And it's like here it is. We have the powers that would be having meetings to discuss our future without our input.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's when we get a protest. And when we protest, it's like, oh, no, we're going to backtrack that. Oh, and it's so great that Reverend Simon said this one simple thing. He said, if it wasn't a secret meeting, why did they cancel it?
Boom.
Why did they cancel it? And I was like, he had a point there. Why would they?
Mic.
Mic drop. Now you got a point.
And they gave this reason. Well, one person couldn't make it, and so therefore we didn't think that we should have had it, and all that kind of stuff. Well, no.
One person couldn't make it. How about the whole community that you're secretly meeting about? Mm-hmm. They can't make it. Are you going to cancel the meeting because they can't make it? No.
But see, the interesting thing about this is what people got to realize is that in that article they had a representative. He said, "Well, what it was a IP meeting, interested party meeting. So when you go down to Columbus and they have these testimonies, they'll have like interested party meetings to come up with like." Parts of the legislation, things they want to work through, and all that kind of thing. The problem is that you're having an interested party meeting without people who represent
the interested party.
Yeah, the people who get impacted. So that's even like that's the thing that's even more so. The problem is that we can't not get a seat at the table.
Wow,
that's exactly what I was saying. They won't let us in. Remember?
But here's what I'm going to say to that. We are at a pivotal time in life, period, across the board, that everybody in every position needs to do the right thing. So even if you are not at the table, those that are at the table, it is time for them to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So I don't care if it's 5 people at the table, 1 person at the table.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
And see,
whatever it is that you are doing, and everybody that is going to higher up meetings, if you have your own personal meetings and you only have 5 people there and not everybody else, you need to do the right thing. Look at the mirror and examine yourself. But everybody, we're at a pivotal time. I'm telling you, do the right thing.
Well, that's what you want people to do, and that's the plan. We hope that everybody is doing the right thing and have the same thought process. I want to talk about when you were saying going down to the meetings, and speaking of that with the HB 70, just briefly, when those meetings are occurring, and I understand when you're saying to people, going down there, show your face, because when you show your face, it shows that they do care. However, it's interesting how they have those meetings. They'll have those meetings during business hours when most of the people are at work. Most of the parents are working. Most of the parents in our community are single parents. So guess what? Now they have to get their child off the bus. So, and then you're going to have it clear, not in Columbus, clear over away, where it's like 4 or 5 hours away. It's like, am I going to be home to get my child off the bus?
Yeah, the thing about that is we're not even talking about, let's not even, the thing is what they'll do is sometimes they'll introduce new amendments, right?
Okay.
You'll find out about that amendment the day before they go to a hearing. Before they have a hearing on it. And in order for you to be able to speak on it, you have to have written testimony presented 24 hours prior, but you didn't even find out 24 hours prior. So the issue sometimes is that they are state government create barriers for people not to come. She's right. But the thing is like this: the business has to be conducted, but even if it's on a Tuesday, and I got a week to know that it's on a Tuesday, or even 2 weeks to know about it, yeah, you can do that. So when you turn around and say, well, we're having this meeting, and where's the community at to talk about it? Well, where would any community be at if they're not in a 15-minute drive-in distance from that, and if they're available to do it? But when you got to drive 2.5 hours to go down there, find a place to park, do all those things to just have your voice heard when they haven't given you the proper amount of notice or whatever to do so, it is a huge problem. Mm-hmm. It's a huge problem. The bigger problem is that you in these areas, you only have one representative, and that representative may not be on that particular panel or committee or whatever, that sort of thing. So you have people who have never even stepped foot in Youngstown, or never even stepped foot in Cleveland, or whatever place it is, making decisions on what that community should or shouldn't do without any input from that community. And when they do pick input, sometimes they pick it from the people who are not truly aligned with the community.
Meaning they just came here to do something. Meaning that
like
no
a person like
investment.
a person like Jim Tressel doesn't understand all the ins and outs of the community. Granted, he is in charge of one of the major pillars of the community.
And he understands the community very well.
And he was here. And he was here before. Well, why?
Well, my thing is like, okay, his understanding and the translation of his actions haven't been one to uplift people in this. Me personally thinking, I'm saying this is that like, if your domain is YSU, do what needs to be done at YSU, and then if your interest is in the city,
you see my face like, don't be talking about Jim Tressel. No, go ahead.
To put him in a box.
Listen, wait a minute.
No,
I'm
saying this.
Go ahead.
But if your interest is for the community at large, then open up to the community at large. You got plenty of space to have town hall meetings to discuss issues.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, and I hear your argument. I have to say, like, I don't know him as now who he is, but knowing him down in 1992, 91, being down in YSU, and I can actually say, the encounters that we had, I believe that he knew the community then. Okay. He knew the community then, and it wasn't just like, hey, hi, bye. It was very personable that I can actually speak. As far as for him and knowing the community, even watching him, and I was rooting for him and how he was trying to root for our children and to show us the way, like, okay, I got this gig, I'm going to help you, I'm going to do your thing. Let's not forget, and the one that everybody knows, he helps a lot of young men, but the one that everybody knows is Maurice Claret. And then remember, he ended up in all that trouble. So you can't just say, okay, boom, yeah, you did that part, but let's look at what you're doing now, and it's all bad.
No, well, I'm with you
on the private meeting.
But let's even look at that. Even at that part, I mean, those things are like, what's in his best interest? Well, his best interest is to keep his team in line. Whatever that particular thing is or whatever. Uh-huh. But I'm saying that doesn't always translate to the best action being made across the board for everybody. And those decisions that are being made in his watch, he see, like, okay, with HB 70, at first he was like, well, I didn't really know they were secret meetings and everything like that. Okay, cool. But you knew this time.
Okay, you knew this time. What about the other guy, though?
You knew this time.
What about the other guy, too?
All the guys.
Because I hear it's like Jim Tressel, that's the one that everybody knows. But what about Joe Blow, John Smith? You know what I mean?
Hey, all of them.
Right,
all of them. They should. Okay, if you're going to have a group of legislators meeting together, my thought is that it should be a public meeting,
and it should.
Maybe sunshine laws has an impact on that. I
believe that they probably. I can't think for them, but I believe they probably invited Jim Tressel because of him being the president of YSU.
He hosted it. It wasn't like they said, "Let's go somewhere else." It was going to be
with Paul again.
Yeah.
Okay. So either
way it goes, it's like
maybe they think that that's part of the community since they got the president of YSU.
A host can be invited to a meeting.
A host can be invited to a meeting, but if you already know that this is such a hot topic for the community, and you invited, you a host or whatever, why aren't you at least asking the question, well, who else in the community is going to be there?
Do we know?
Yeah.
Do we know that he asked that question?
Yeah.
Well,
we don't know.
Maybe he felt he was inviting the voice of the community.
No, Nick wasn't invited. That's right. Nick wasn't invited. She would have told him.
They probably would put me out.
I don't know because I wasn't invited to the meeting, and I don't know the internals of the meeting. So I can't answer that for you. But Nick says she wasn't invited, and she's the voice of the community. So
well, I'm just saying until there's people who actually like. I think, from my knowledge, well, I think only one person actually lived in Youngstown. That was Lepore Hagan.
And she was invited?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's good.
But it was like, but the issue is that
my pastor was invited. He lives in Youngstown.
Who was that?
Pastor Simon.
He wasn't invited.
Oh.
I'm gonna need you to do your research, Hattie.
I thought that's why I saw him on an interview, and I thought that he was invited.
That's called voting and protesting. That's what that's called, and that's called. Guess what? This meeting didn't happen because why? Because
the protest was happening.
Yes. So that's why. So again, that's what's important, right?
Yeah. I mean, especially like now you have, even before you had people who were formal leaders that were not invited when they were doing all this stuff. Now they have formal leaders that are coming to this thing, but they're still not inviting all of them. They're not inviting all stakeholders to these conversations.
Okay.
And I ain't saying that you got to have every person in the room like you got to be 50 people, but you could at least try to have enough diversity in the room to have a true conversation about the issues. Because they will have you believe that it's the school system by itself, but that's this one piece. But what about all the other pieces that make up a community?
All right. Okay. Guess what? Okay. We got to go on because we only got a 2-hour show. Okay. We gonna move on. Roogle. Well, I guess that's what's happening in politics. He did that segment.
Well, Trump got it.
Look, I'm like politics in Youngstown.
Trump did get impeached on 2 articles.
Okay, what was the articles?
One was
abuse of power and
no. It's obstruction of justice.
Okay,
or Congress.
Okay, all right. Well, now we were talking off air about why Bill Clinton got impeached. Do you know? Go ahead.
He was being naughty.
So he got impeached for getting a BJ.
For getting a BJ.
For lying about it.
For lying, yeah.
But I'm just saying.
But did he lie about?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And he really didn't. She had sexual relations with him.
Well,
she performed on him. But it's just the fact that you did it. You did it in the White House office.
How many presidents got BJs?
Probably a bunch of them. He just got caught because she told.
Because she kept the dress.
And she kept the dress. She had an agenda when she went there to do it in the first place. I don't care what nobody say. She had an agenda.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, I can't remember how that all came out that caused him to perjure himself. I can't remember. But anyway.
That's what's going on. He's impeached. So what you think? Now, Pelosi, she's postponing or holding off with submitting it to the Senate. Do you know why? What's your thoughts on why? Okay, silence.
The only thing I would think is that, like, they're about to go on break.
And she wants to just wait?
Yeah, probably. That's the only thing I can think of right now.
They're probably going to try to wait until closer to the time for election time to come again.
Re-election?
Re-election, yeah. Y'all know the Senate, when they do take it to the Senate, they're not going to vote for her to impeach. Because if they do, he's not able to run again.
So if they take some time, you think they prolong it?
They're
be too
trying
late?
to prolong it. I think they're trying to prolong it for a reason. I don't know, but yeah, the Senate is not. No matter if they take it to the Senate now or if they wait until next August, September, or October to take it to the Senate is not going to vote that man out of the office. And they're going to let him.
Why do you think that?
Majority Republicans. Now, we won this fight, But I don't think we gonna win the one with the Senate.
Do you have? I think you have to have a 2/3 vote.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's that? 66.
Okay.
And unless a bunch of Republicans gonna turn on them, I don't think so.
Roogle, what's happening in the movie world?
Well, yesterday was the release. Well, actually, Thursday night was the release of this winter's biggest blockbuster. That is the conclusion of the Skywalker trilogy or saga in Star Wars. So the 9th installment of Star Wars released. I did not go see it yet. What about you? You got plans to go see it?
I'm a big Star Wars fan, but the way my schedule been running lately, I can't go see nothing.
What's really going on up in here?
We on repeat.
But this is what I would say though. I have checked out The Mandalorian. Have you seen that?
No.
The Mandalorian is a Star Wars story that's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
But you can use your Fire Stick like you mentioned before. But the big star of that show has been Baby Yoda. It's not actually Yoda, but it's a baby Yoda.
Oh, getting the
whatever species Yoda is, it's a baby. And the sales for this thing have already, I think it won't come out until spring of 2020, but they have been already anticipating a large amount of sales for this. Okay. For Baby Yoda. And so that show is doing real well. Have you been watching Watchmen?
I've been trying to get to watch it, and I fall asleep, and I want to watch it because I heard it is good. Watchmen
might be on HBO, starring Regina King. Might go down in history, in my opinion, as one of the greatest series ever.
Okay.
And so far, if you haven't watched it, watch it. I really don't want to spoil it. Granted, it's just so good.
And I've been behind on my Black Lightning too, so I got to get on that one too.
Yeah. So the thing about this is that Damien Lindelof was the creator and writer of this show, and he did an interview with this dude named Mark Bernard, who's also a writer. And so when they were talking about it, he was saying that he needed the writing room to reflect a lot of diversity. But so he broke it down. He's like, I got people who I could really trust, and those was his people. And then he realized okay, that was say the writer's room was 12 people. 4 or 5 of them might have been white people that was, people he worked with or whatever. And the other 6 were all minorities that he got. I think all of them were black, I believe. And the thing is, you can tell that he did a lot of I won't say compromise, but I believe that he listened a lot, because the story about this is what I believe it was Mark Bernard who said this. He is like, Black Panther celebrated black excellence. Watchmen talks about black pain.
Okay.
And it talks about it in a way to where it talks about the systemic issues related to past issues and that sort of thing. But with I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Lindelof. What he said though was that in 2015 he had read an article in Atlantic by Ta-Nehisi Coates, who talked about a case for reparations, and in that he learned about the Tulsa massacre, and that's what had him start that story off by that, with some other pieces that were entwined with the Watchmen that were things that he thought that he could use to tell that story. And this work is so good. And the best thing about what he said was that he doesn't know what they are asking him, are you going to do a second season, and how are you going to do it, and this and that. He's like, I don't have a story to tell. Okay. He told the story he wanted to tell, and he took so much care with it. It's just excellent. It's excellent.
All right, well, what about Saturday Night Live tonight? Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live. I got to take a nap, so I'll be able to watch that mug, man. I'm like,
isn't that funny? Like 11:30 was like really late when you were really, really young, and then it was like okay, and now it's like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't go to sleep because everybody doing the Fire Stick and don't want to pay the cable bill to DVR it. You know, you be like, I got it. I'm stay up. I hope I don't fall asleep.
That's funny, man. That is funny because it is. Some people like, well, why don't you just DVR? Because I don't get cable.
I don't have cable.
Yeah.
So, all right, offhand, 5 characters from Saturday Night Live. Eddie Murphy, go.
Hot Tub, Mr. Rogers, Gumby.
Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Robinson.
Okay.
Gumby, what was the one he used to do?
Go.
The only one I can really remember when he said that poem, "Kill my landlord." That
Who was the person?
Mr. Robinson.
Mr. Robinson. Okay.
Come on, man. Come on. The one of all time, the most controversial one. I wonder if you're going to do that one.
When he did, when he
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat.
Lord.
I forgot that one. I forgot Buckwheat.
Buckwheat. I wonder if he going to do Buckwheat because the way, old sensitive America, it's like, like, oh gosh, how's that going to be? How's everybody going to look at that one?
I wonder if he going to do one where he was a white guy and he was catching the bus and everything.
No.
No,
I'm sure that one is controversial. No, I don't. Let me get that pen. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm playing with the. Okay.
Go ahead.
And I'm trying to think of another one. I can't think of another one right now. I don't know.
What? Well, you did 5. Mr. Robinson.
Okay.
Buckwheat.
Gumby.
Gumby.
I said the Hot Tub. But he was Jim Brown. Was not James Brown, right?
But who was he the news guy?
Was he one of the anchors?
I think he was one of the anchors.
He was like a news guy. He was painted real yellow. Real yellow. But he said, anyway, who's supposed to be there is all of his children are supposed to be there in the audience. And they asked, because I wanted to know that question, so I'm glad somebody actually asked, when are you going to do Buckwheat? He said, as long as it's funny. And he did Bill Cosby. He did Bill Cosby, too. Remember that one Bill Cosby impersonator?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he'll do that one, too.
Probably not because of the situation. With
See, why not? It's comedy. That's the difference between comedy. Comedy, you can kind of do things that people usually don't do.
Well, I wonder
because it's controversial because it's all in the name of comedy.
Yeah,
I wonder how they're going to do it though. I mean, like is
stay woke.
Is it going to be him? Well, I'm just saying, like, is it going to be him doing like this recap of maybe he might make parodies of the movies that he's made since he's been gone.
No, I don't want to see no.
I mean, I don't
look.
know.
I'm like, I don't want to see none of that. Well, I know that he's doing Coming to America 2 is coming back, so I'm sure that this is pretty much to kind of like advertise for that. But no, I don't want to see none of that.
You know who musical guest is, right?
Well, he the donkey. Who?
Lizzo.
Oh, Lizzo. Yeah, Lizzo is the musical guest.
Did y'all talk about Lizzo?
We talked about her last week. You missed it. Yeah, we talked about her and her little NBA stunt. Yeah. Nick wasn't feeling it.
And I'm a big girl, but I wasn't feeling that. I wouldn't feel it if it was Nicki Minaj. I don't care if you skinny as a stick. There's a time and a place.
It wasn't right. Mm-hmm. But the thing was like they just kind of like just put it out like they ain't really hard on saying it like real tough, like like it's like Eddie Murphy, blah blah. Then you be like Lizzo,
musical guest, Lizzo.
Yeah.
Nobody really even knew her. A lot of people didn't know her until she did that stunt, and she said, "This is me." She ended up clapping back, and there's some YouTube videos, but her clapback wasn't that good. She was like, "I am the way that I am, and people know me, and if you don't, oh well." Well, the only problem is that you just got your butt out there, and you on the stadium seats. I don't want to sit on that seat, and it's like material, like. That's how I am with bed bugs too. No.
How you get bed bugs?
Yeah, you go to a movie. Listen. I don't play.
You go to bugs by naked butts on seats.
You get crabs by naked butts on seats.
Exactly.
But you get bed bugs.
Wait a minute.
By you sitting there and they got that cloth, and then you go into the movie theater. I don't fool with no fake fur, no faux fur, however y'all want to say it. None of that stuff. I don't want none of that. I am that person. I am so that person.
Listen, speaking of Lizzo, did you see the video?
Look at I'm so listen. Let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, flat on. I was at work and I got like this hood that got like fur on it. So this person came and they sat down there. They was flinging their hair. I politely grabbed my coat because I ain't fooling with none of I don't want no bugs. I don't want none of that stuff.
Right.
But yes, bed bugs could come in the theater. They could chill there, and you don't know who was there before you. You sitting there with your little coat all bundled up. You know, people be putting their feet and everything up. Then you go home and that mug just